We're on the fourth protocol of the upper back series, which is the levator scapula muscle. Okay, so we're gonna put the arm behind the back. Again, needs to be comfortable, don't force it. If it can't go, we can't do it. It's gonna pop the inferior angle, you can see that. And in doing so, it's also gonna raise the levator up to the surface a little bit easier for us to get to. So we're focusing right here. Superior angle, up into the neck, okay, into the cervical spine it attaches. We're gonna focus on this area, not on this at this moment. Okay, so let's heat this up. Levator scapula is a big problematic muscle in the neck. This muscle tightens and spasms. It's gonna really, really limit your range of motion and cause a lot of pain and disability. So this muscle elevates the shoulder blade, and it can get tugged on fairly easily. Okay, so I'm coming on top of the trap and pushing through the trap into the levator. Heat it up. I can come from neck to superior angle, or I can start superior angle and take it to the neck. It's good to do both. Okay. Joe Lewis, you've got a different sleeve on. It shouldn't matter when we're doing this. But go heat it and then strip that levator out. Yeah, so this levator muscle causes a lot of pain and disability. When you pull it, you're going to be having some problems with your neck for a little while. Okay, I'm going to show you guys another way to get to it that's a little bit more specific. What we did was we went over the upper trap. So we're having to move through some trap muscle to get to it. I'm going to move the trap out of the way and come underneath it. So if you follow my thumb pad, that's going to be the direction we're moving in. So I'm just going to slide it under the upper trap, and it's a lot more than you think. I got to get down underneath it. Now I'm pushing it out of my way up, and I'm hooked onto his levator right here. Okay, from this point, I'm going to thumb strip to the superior angle. Okay, so instead of going through the trap, I'm coming underneath it. And Elijah can tell you it's a little bit more intense. Okay, so just get under that trap, hook in, and then I usually need to reinforce my thumb to get through it. Again, just to the superior angle. With the hand behind the back, it just lifts it, pops it out, makes it a little bit more available to us. Okay, let's heat it up. Get that levator nice and warm. It starts to dry out with the blood supply because it's been contracted isometrically all the time, and when we hold an isometric contraction, we pinch our blood supply. So the levators, because of this, everyone on the computer holding their shoulders up to their ear, we're actually pinching our blood supply to our levator. So the heat's going to be really helpful.
So okay, so you're gliding off the upper trap.
Yep, come underneath it.
And you're coming underneath and you're hooking.
Yep, and then from there, you're coming here.
So when you're hooking, which way should my thumb go?
Your pad should be toward and up.
Toward,
so the pad's
toward down and then up.
Correct. So it's going to be, your drive is going to be towards his feet and slightly up.
Okay.
Toward the sky.
All right.
And then you're going to drive towards your index finger. So a little torque there.
So I'm going to be torquing
just
clockwise.
You got it. That's perfect. If you need to reinforce, it's fine. But you see how you're under the tissue? So we're not having to go through a layer of muscle to get to the muscle we want. And he'll tell you, there's the levator when you're on it feels different than a rhomboid. It's a sharper, a little bit more intense feeling. We've switched sides on Elijah just for the camera purposes. It's going to be a little bit easier for you to see because this is a little bit tricky. Okay, so the first move, we're just going from the superior angle where the neck and the upper back meet. The levator scapula actually attaches higher. It's at C1, 2, 3, 4, but we're not going to go that high. We're going to just stay here. So the first move right where they meet here to the superior angle, I'm just going to thumb strip over the trap. Okay, so I'm having to penetrate through his upper trapezius to get to levator. Okay, But the real good magic is gonna come when we come underneath the trap, which I'll show you right now. My thumb pad is important to follow because that's the drive we're doing. So right now you can see my pad is just pushing back, and I'm gonna let the fibers of his upper trap just release under my thumb pad. Now what changes here, the pad's gotta come up. So if you can get this angle where my pad's coming up into Levator here, and then I'm pushing it back. Once I'm under it, then my pad's gonna shift toward the sky a little bit, and then I'm pushing back toward the inferior angle. Okay, so I'm not engaging the upper trap. It's a little bit more intense for him. Joe, I'm gonna have you come try it. A little tricky, be patient with yourself, you'll get this.
So you're coming off the trap,
Yep, just let the fibers fall so there's not any pressure.
and then the fibers just kind of fall off.
You
I'm
do
right
this.
underneath it, and then I'm going
Shift
to
slightly, and then you're gonna pull it back to here, torque, you got it.
and then I'm torquing my hand, correct?
Correct. So that your thumb is just moving. You got it. See how you're under the trap as opposed
Yeah.
to over? It's a little bit more.
It's very dense, so you can feel the Levator pretty well.
Great. Okay, so that is Levator scapula.